What's up, you guys? NerdKi here. And today's what if scenario is what if Cell was resurrected instead of Frieza? 'Cause you guys, of course, seen Resurrection F, whether it's the movie or in the anime. But what if Cell was, brought back instead of Frieza? Let's find out. So in the present timeline, as we know, Cell has been killed by Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, at least the Cell from the future that killed Trunks and took his time machine to the past. It was that one. But also the present day Cell was killed before he could even be born by Krill and the future Trunks. When they destroyed the lab or Dr. Zero's underground bunker and everything there. Whenever Trunks used the time machine to travel back to the past, certain events play out differently, such as Goku getting the heart virus later and more androids that appeared that Trunks had never seen before. So let's say that in the present timeline, even though Dr. Zero as Android 20 was killed, that Zero's actual body was somewhere else in a second underground bunker where he continues his experiments. When he learns of Cell's death, however, he's not angry. He would spend years more creating another Cell, just like the android version of himself that was killed. Instead, however, he discreetly gathers up all 7 Dragon Balls and wishes his greatest creation back to life. Cell is surprised to be back amongst the living. At first, though, he thinks he's still dead, as he knew Dr. Gero was. "Dr. Gero? What the hell's going on here?" says Perfect Cell. "You've been given a second chance at life, another chance to kill Son Goku, who was revived, as well as that meddlesome brat that killed you. Please follow me to my lab. There's something you need to see. Or rather, someone," says Dr. Gero. Cell stands silent for a moment before analyzing the situation. He thinks that even though he was revived by the one who created him, that this could be a trap to control him in some way. Cell smiles and tries to play along for now. "Well, of course, my creator," he says. He followed Dr. Gero to a nearby wasteland where a perfectly normal-looking boulder was actually a secret entrance. Gero moved a small chunk of rock that exposed a retinal scanner that they used to gain entry. The surface of the boulder was actually a door that rose up. Inside, Dr. Gero led Cell to a special room with a healing tank far to the back. There was something inside, but what? Cell was in shock as the form inside the tank looked just like him, and in its perfect form no less. "I'm sure you already know who this is, and you're probably wondering why. It took me years to gather the cells that had all but been destroyed, but upon doing so, I was able to create a perfect clone." As Gero continues his explanation, Cell cuts him off by saying, "I've heard enough." Cell fired a death beam right through the glass chamber straight into the new Cell's chest, blasting a plate-sized hole through him. It took mere seconds for the wound to heal. The resurrected shell was shocked at how fast the new android could regenerate. Dr. Gero explained to him that the new Cell has Majin Buu cells as well as Goten and Trunks, both the future and the present Trunks, Supreme Kai and Kibito, as well as Babidi and all of his minions, including Deborah. He even gave the new Cell a name, Truly Perfect Cell. The newly dubbed android stretched his arms out and flung himself forward, headbutting Perfect Cell so hard that it snapped his neck back. Truly Perfect Cell then revealed his tail, and in a flash, he absorbed Perfect Cell into his being. A great transformation took place. When it was finished, the mint-colored android had no tail or wings that could get in his way. His form shined with no dark spots, like with Perfect Cell. Yes, Cell, you are truly my perfect creation." Cell turns to face his creator and gives a slight bow. "Thank you, Doctor," he says. Good. You're obedient, unlike that Android 17 and 18, and of course your previous self, who is clearly out for himself. Now then, Cell, there are some targets that need to be eliminated promptly, one in particular that still lives, Goku." Cell acknowledged what his mission was and at once searched the planet for Goku's key. Not finding it, but finding several others that belonged to the Saint's friends, he went to the strongest one that was nearest to him first. Cell went to a wasteland where he found Piccolo. The, the Namekian recognized the multiple keys that approached and was unnerved. He was shocked to find Cell, or what resembled the upgrade version. Before Piccolo could utter a word, Cell charged up for a special beam cannon and used instant transmission to get behind him. He blasted Piccolo to nothing in a breath. Cell then searched for another high key, although this one was mostly suppressed. He confronted Gohan in his own home with his family. Cell, it was you who killed... Just before Gohan could finish his sentence, Cell death beamed him in the chest. Videl and Pan rushed over just as Cell turned and flew away. As Gohan lay unconscious and on the verge of death, Videl called Bulma to see if she had any senzu beans. Fortunately, she did, so she sent Trunks over to deliver it. If Gohan revived, he vowed to beat Cell. Videl tried to calm him down and explain that if we could get Goku and Vegeta on this, then we can at least stand a chance. Not sensing their ki anywhere, Gohan said, I'm going back into the hyperbolic time chamber of the train. If my dad and Vegeta are off train with Whis, then I'm the only one who can end this. Hopefully 6 months inside the chamber should be enough time. I'll see you guys in half a day. Hugging his wife and daughter, Gohan told Trunks to look after his family and to let Goten, Krillin, and everyone else know what's going on. Gohan knew that Cell would target the strongest fighters on Earth, so it would be better this way for them to stick together until he returned. Entering the time chamber alone, he would focus all of his energy into tapping into his latent power that he fought Majin Buu with, but also he hoped that maybe Bulma could figure out some kind of weakness in Cell's body that would tip the scales in the Z-Fighter's favor. Meanwhile, Cell was still searching for Goku when he came across several strong ki gathered in one spot. Krillin, 18, Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, and Majin Buu were all present and ready to face the revamped android. Goten and Trunks looked after Bulma, Chi-Chi, and everyone else. In the meantime, Cell assessed that he was the strongest by far than any of the Z-Fighters present, but nevertheless outnumbered, so he waited for them to make the first move. After talking strategy for a moment, everyone got into position. 18, using her limitless energy, attacked with a ki blast barrage. Tien got high in the sky and charged up his ki, while the others went to attack him with striking blows that did no damage. He fought them all off, blocking and countering with strikes of his own, knocking him unconscious. All except for Buu, who disappeared behind Cell and tried to turn him into candy. Cell countered by shooting laser beams from his eyes that pushed Buu's blast right back at him and turned him into a cookie. Cell looked down, smirked, and crushed the cookie under his boot. While Cell appeared distracted, Tien fired his strongest tri-beam cannon down at him. The blast left a square-shaped crater in the earth, and Cell's body lay in pieces. As Tien breathed heavily, he saw Cell begin to reform and attempted another tri-beam. Just as Cell was starting to reform, he got blown away by Tien's beam. As the Z-Fighters fell to the ground in exhaustion, one piece of Cell's body was hiding under a rock. It started to take shape, and soon Cell was truly perfect again. Just as Tien started to move, Cell was about to end his life. Krillin did a solar flare. When the blinding light cleared, the Z-Fighters had vanished. Cell scanned for ki, but realized that everyone was too badly injured and were too weak to sense their energy. So Cell did the only thing his Kid Buu cells would do: destroy. He did a human extinction attack, which killed every human, but also found the Z-Fighters that were hidden. He knew that Dr. Gero would be in his underground lab and thus not affected. Cell did instant transmission to travel to nearby planets looking for Goku, destroying each planet along the way. Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, everyone sensed it. Earth's population was whittled down to just one, along with the complete destruction of many other nearby planets. No, who could have done this? And why do I sense Buu's energy, and Frieza's, and even yours, Vegeta? Just what the heck is happening? Says Goku with concern. I think it's pretty obvious, Kakarot. Cell is back. Don't you sense his ki along with the other ones? Replied Vegeta. Yeah, I do now. But how? Just who would use the Dragon Balls to bring him back anyway? I believe I can enlighten you on that. Have a look, says Whis, looking to the orb in his staff. Goku, Vegeta, and even Beerus curiously peer into the angel's orb to see a new and improved Cell laying waste to the Z-Fires, followed by him blowing up nearby plants. He's looking for me. He's acting just like Boo did back then. We have to stop him now, Vegeta. Well, obviously, but how do we do that? He's moving so fast from plant to plant that if you use your instant transmission, you'll just get blown up along with the plant. By letting him know where we are, by powering up, just like with Boo. Sound good? Now hang on just a minute, interjects Beerus. You really think I'm gonna let you Saiyans just invite an enemy here in my world? Out of the question. But come on, Lord Beerus. With me and Vegeta's new Super Saiyan God level, we should easily be able to beat him. Sorry, but the answer is no, Goku. You're lucky I let you Saiyans train here at all. As both Goku and Vegeta sigh in disappointment, we says, oh, why not just go back to Earth? There's no one left on the planet to get in the way of your battle. Yeah, and we could wish everyone back with the Dragon Balls after. Thanks, Whis. Since Goku couldn't lock on anyone's energy on Earth, Whis offered to take him there himself. Once there, the same warriors powered up. Cell soon noticed and used instant transmission to arrive on Earth. Goku, I finally found you. Now it's time to eliminate you, as Dr. Gero instructed, said Cell, getting right to the point. Goku and Vegeta were shocked at the revelation of Dr. Gero still living. Just as Vegeta had said, how? Cell used instant transmission to get behind them, but the two Saiyans fresh off their training with Whis were ready for the android's attack. They both grabbed Cell's extended arms and pulling him towards them with one arm each and balling up their fists with the other, they clocked Cell, which sent him flying backward. The truly perfect one caught himself with his arms and legs dug into the earth. Did that wake you up, Cell? Says Vegeta. Cell simply smirked as his arms and legs came out from the ground where the Saiyans were standing. Goku and Vegeta dodged barely as they took to the sky. Cell appeared behind them and elbowed them both in the back. You seem good striking people with their back turned, coward, spits Vegeta. Cell, unfazed by that remark, stood and powered up. His aura turned yellow like a Super Saiyan, and he was in fact a Super Saiyan because of his Saiyan cells. Nice trick, but we could do that too, you know, says Goku, transforming into a Super Saiyan as well as Vegeta. Cell came at them with furious strikes that they had no problem countering. Cell then stepped it up by going to Super Saiyan 2, and Goku and Vegeta matched him by transforming, but the same result occurred. Cell was overwhelmed by finding the two of them that gave him an idea. Cell would spit out multiple eggs that hatched and were Cell Juniors. There were 6 of them, which made it a 3-in-1 situation for each Saiyan. Goku and Vegeta had a rough time fending them off with Ki Blast to get them away so they could concentrate and find Cell himself. As the Cell Juniors grabbed them in a wrestling hold, they nodded at each other and unveiled a new power to Cell, Super Saiyan God Blue. Cell was amazed by this new power and wondered if he could accomplish this feat if he tried. Goku and Vegeta attacked the Cell Juniors and made quick work of them all. Cell started powering up, hoping to replicate the Saiyan's God form. Even with God Ki, Cell simply couldn't figure out just how to do what Goku and Vegeta could. Tell me, Saiyans, this Super Saiyan blue form of yours, just how did you achieve it? Says Cell. Goku gave a brief explanation and finished by saying, I found that anything is possible with enough training. Training, you say? Is that really all it takes? True strength doesn't come from borrowed powers, android. It takes training, says Vegeta, who had his hand out ready for a big bang attack. Train, huh? I suppose I should try it for myself, says Cell, who did a solar flare followed by an instant transmission to get out of sight. the Saiyan searched for his key but couldn't locate the android. He likely went to a faraway planet. We just have to really focus if we expect to find him. Alright, says Goku. Vegeta agreed as the two began concentrating. Meanwhile, at the lookout, Cell arrives in front of the large door that leads into the hyperbolic time chamber, where a young man is training hard to get strong enough in hopes of avenging the fallen. Cell turned the handle and stepped inside the endless white void. Alright guys, I'm going to end it there. That's the end of part 1 of What If Cell was resurrected instead of Frieza. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2. Also, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button to get more Dragon Ball content such as what if scenarios, versus battles, let's plays, and more. I will see you next time on NerdKi.